Hey, and welcome back. In this video, we're going to go over why copyright is important and how it could generate you higher levels of conversions with less leads. I went over this in one video. I want to go more into detail here. AI is used a lot to generate content, and you say, how do we separate ourselves from the competition? Rather, even just from AI itself, because now the information is vast. Well, the simple aspects of copyright is to draw the attention of people. You're there for people, not for robots. Because in the end, people nowadays are more aware that what robots type and how they're being used. Here in our website, we have a old title that we will be changing, and before we change it, when you read this, you're going to read this and be like, who is this even for? It says driving for dollars question mark. Not anymore. Clients find you first. This was initially going to be for real estate home buyers who are starting their home buyer journey. But then we thought to ourselves, wait. We're going to attract the wrong audience because we're not looking for starters. Starters are barely starting. They're not people who are scaling. The ones who are scaling are the ones we're looking for. So here, we're gonna change this just so you can see the difference. So we're going to start by going into the H1, and then we're going to change this. And so now the audience is people. Let me go down. Hey, I'm back. All right, I was in the top. So I'm back. So the difference was that people who are driving for dollars is people we don't want to go for. We want to close more deals, because initially our audience, right, the scalers, the real estate home buyers, they want to close more deals. That's it. Some of these people are investors and some of them are not, but they already have a team, so they're not going to be focusing on doing the cold calling. They're not going to be focusing on driving for dollars because these people more than likely already have a website. So in this case, what are they looking for? Close more deals. And then you want to focus on either a very extreme negative emotion or a very extreme positive emotion. Why do I say that? Because people want to close more deals, just like an insurance agent wants to sell more policies. How can I sell more policies? Initially, agents want more leads, but when you start to scale, you're not looking for more leads. You're looking for more sales. You're looking to drive more revenue, spend less time on the phone, rather spend time with those people that are already interested and they're already going to do the close. They're not cold calling people 24/7. They want to already close the deal, and they're probably going to set some other agents to do the hard labor, the hard lifting. So one thing we can focus on is close more deals, because that's what they're looking for. That's the main pain point. That's actually the main positive. And for the negative aspect, let me see here. So I changed it. Now this is one of the pain points. It says close more deals, your website, your business. That's going to get someone to think, what does he mean by that? Because if you already state the matter, people don't think about it. But there is this one ad that always got me, and I hate the ad, but I still remember it because of how good it was to be bad. It said, your website sucks. And I said, no, you didn't just say that. I was laughing and I was just nodding my head. And I was like, what are you talking about? But it really got my attention. And I remember her is a white woman, long blonde hair, and she just started off with that. But you want something that initially is going to target curiosity. Of course, you can go on the extreme, but here is close more deals, your website, your business. Why is this important? Because you need to focus on your audience. Your product and service needs to be for an ideal audience that you're looking for. If you don't have an ideal audience, you're just getting the general public. Guess what? I've had many people tell me, I want to focus on everybody. Guess what happens to them? They all fall. They all quit. All of them. If they don't niche down to a specific product for a specific group of people, they're not going to make it, because your mind is going to be everywhere at all the times, and you're going to frustrate yourself. You're going to get tired. You're going to get exhausted. And in the end, you will quit. You're not a big corporation at this point to focus on the general audience like Progressive, Liberty, Allstate, etc. And I want to finish it off by saying, okay, so close more deals. That gets someone's attention. I was like, interesting. I want to close more deals. Your website, your business. And they're like, okay. And then I'm going to change this to, okay, so now I'm getting into the minds of my clients. They are real estate home buyers. They want to close more deals, right? And then it's going to go to your website, your business. You will not close more deals if your website looks like a rundown house. He did not just go there. Well, it's the truth. And why is this relevant? Why rundown house? Because that is something they always go for. They go for rundown houses. They buy them at a 70% markup price, right? Discount, taking away any repairs or maintenance fees that they need to do, plus the profit that they need to make, which is the 30% revenue. So, do you think this is going to be very relevant to people who scale? I do believe so. But here, I would have to change this, this, and then put this as a sub headline. So I would put this and make it smaller, because this catches your attention. And this is something that applies to them and to their business. And here it says, it's a little harsh, but it says, you will not close more deals if your website looks like a rundown house. Your business, your website, or your website, your business. If your website isn't even functional as well, if your website is not functional, oh my dear, and if you're compromising their information, I've seen websites from home buyers that are compromising users' information. They look like they're going to scam you. They look like someone from Temu built it. Temu is a very popular website, but I won't buy from Temu just because there's a lot of materials that they use that are not very healthy for you and that could cause very serious issues, especially the plastic ones. You see how your business also, I'm going to save this and change it afterwards because I forgot to change it. That's why I was like, why not use our website? And I'm back. Yeah, this I'm going to change, and let's go over let's go over the paragraph. The paragraph is saying, it's kind of generically kind of used as like, closing more deals is a real estate home as a real estate home seller. Closing more deals as a real estate home seller with a uniquely crafted, tailored to you website. Be out in the field less, be point of contact. And this is cringy to me because this is one of the beginner paragraphs that I initially put, and it is not my favorite. You see how bland it is. It doesn't capture attention. It doesn't have a call to action. It doesn't really solve a problem. It's just boasting about a really good website, which you can afterwards, after you have their attention and you basically finalize everything. You don't tell people, hey, You already have a rocking body. No, if you're starting off in the gym, they're gonna say, "Hey, you want to lose weight because in the future you might have all these health complications." You're like, "Oh snap! I don't want to be like that or like that person because I've seen it in my family." So let's go to the gym, and guess what? Now you are stronger. You have bigger bones, bigger muscles, leaner muscles, less fat, and you're less likely to be at risk of any health complications. So the reason I say this is because you have to be so relevant to your niche. This was targeting starters, which you shouldn't target starters. You should create rather a separate product for them, which would be, let's go over to school. We know school. People don't like school, which is the physical one. If you like school, that's on you. But this is another school. It's online school, basically .com. This is one of the fundamentals in learning a specific skill. For people who are barely starting, they can go into calligraphy school. That's actually pretty good. $9 a month? Oh man, that's pretty good. Pickleball school. Zero to Founder by Tom. I know him, and I'm surprised he has so little people in there. But look at how much he's doing per month. Pretty good. Depending on what you are doing, you can teach people here and offer your affiliate marketing course or your affiliate marketing software, your SaaS or SMA, whatever it be. And you can offer this for a subscription price. If they can't afford the subscription price, then create one that's free. Get the free one, and then once they make sales, which they will because you're doing a good job, right? Then they're going to go into the paid course. You know what? I want to go into the paid course and I want to pay $120 a month because this is really working. I can only imagine what it is like to work with him on a paid basis where I can have a one-on-one every week with him or in a group setting. Phenomenal, because if it's already working, why not already go to the paid version? And once they have the paid version, now you can offer more high ticket courses. It's like, hey, for those who are already here, we have a very specific course that costs $1,000 one time where I will be teaching you how to generate high ticket leads. Oh, yeah, here, take my money. I'm already making a lot because of you. Why not make more money? But if they're interested in getting something directly from you, like a service, like like creating a whole website and creating the funnels, automations, connecting everything on the back end and the front end of your website, creating the structure of it, and it costs, I don't know, $100,000 to $1,000,000, they're gonna get it if they have the money because what you're doing is working. They're doing the exact same thing you do, and they're gaining revenue. This is why it is so important to know your audience, know what you're offering, especially know what you're offering, who you're offering it to. You see how I changed my website now? It's changing everything. I got to go back and change it. So it might be changed after I upload this video, but this just to show that what you say is so important. But let's go back to the website. So now we're back in the website. And now what do I need to do is create a new video because this one was also targeting starters and we have to change this. So this is probably going to be changed afterwards. It's not going to be changed immediately, but this gets the attention right off the bat. It's like a funnel for these people. Of course, if I refresh it, it's going to refresh the whole thing. So see, it's back because I was changing only the exterior of the website, which doesn't change what's being processed in the back. So this also has to be changed. This is a call to action that we also need to change, and you can book with us real quick, and it sends you over to our scheduling page. And if they want to look at our services, and there I am. See, there it is, the title and the book with us. It sends you directly to the scheduling link, and it's basically a funnel within a funnel. What does that mean? That depending on the video, they will be looking at this so that they can schedule with you. And they're already someone that has looked at your content. More than likely, they're looking at more of your content, and now they want to book with you. We have to optimize everything. And so now we're back. So we know this. If they didn't look at the video, they might already click here, or if they click on your services, then they will go into that funnel video, which might be a different video from the one that you're showing in the beginning of the website. The reason it is on the bottom of the website is because it also will show up on the SEO, which sometimes you don't want to do. And before they can even do anything, these are some of our strong beliefs. It is just so important. These are very important. We believe in what is righteous, what is profitable. We create integrity, design, wisdom, equity, and there's so much more that is added on. And then in the next section is a website that we're offering. It's Own This. See? And then it says, can a real estate wholesaler close more deals? And it's like, let's take a look. And then there's another video in case you didn't see the one on top. But we need to update this video too. So yeah. See, it's just bombarding you with the same thing over and over and over again, because it's basically telling you, hey, this is what you're going to get. And this is what you're going to do. This is what it does. This is more of what it's going to do. This is what it's going to do again. And this is what you're going to get if you work with us. And then you can also schedule with us here in the calendar. And the reason I wanted to show that is just because copyright is so important. I'm so glad I was able to go over it again, because it needed changes in our website that were not relevant to the audience that we're looking for. And let's go back up. It's like targeting agents who are barely starting, like insurance agents, for example. You're targeting the people who are barely starting. They need their license, they need to get fingerprints and all that, and you're already offering them something that they can't afford at that very moment, unless they already have an investable income. But if they already have an investable income, then now you can make money by selling these services that are specifically tailored to your audience. And since you're the one that specializes in this, no one else does it. Very hard to get into it. Your skills are going to be different from someone else's skills, and your work is different from someone else's work. Just like the works that we do generate people tons of revenue, we can generate tons of revenue for these niches. You see? That's the point. Learn skills, continue to improve. The more you know, the better. And the more you apply it, the better. The more you understand it, the better. So that was it for this video. This is a short course on copywriting and how important it is to your business. So first off and foremost, what you can do right now is think of your audience. Once you think of your audience, think of your product or service. But before that, think of what you have, either time or money. If you have time, gain skills. If you have money, pay someone to save you that time of learning those skills. That's already doing it and already being successful, right? Once you do that, create a title that's for a specific audience, create a paragraph for your specific audience, a video, concepts, skills that you can utilize for your business. And this even applies in person, for your person in general. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Raymond Alvarez from Agency Cornerstone. Shalom to y'all and take care.